I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome in, everybody. This is day number 2 of doubleheaders against Concordia University of Ann Arbor. Joining us right now is Coach Dustin Butcher here in the dugout. And Coach dropped 2 yesterday to Concordia, but really I thought the guys had some good play. Was in both games there, especially in the second game. You know, bases loaded, 1 out, just couldn't get some runs in. But a good start to the season, don't you think?
Yeah, you know, honestly, Jeff, we're like 1 or 2 plays away, you know, and that's, you know, we'll grind, we'll get guys on base, and then we just don't finish. So, you know, obviously we got to build on that. We got to work on it. I honestly thought our pitchers gave us a chance to win, or at least they went out and competed and gave us an opportunity. That's all you ask from your arms, you know. And you know we're gonna miss Dave. You know, losing him to an ankle injury that's gonna hurt, but hopefully we can get him back next week. But that's okay. You know, next man up.
Yeah, Matt Baker in that game, too, gave up 6 runs. I think 5 were earned in the first inning, but really settled down after that. I think he only faced 9 batters the next 3 innings. Coach, I thought yesterday Tyler Prince was phenomenal at the plate.
Yep.
He was 3 for 7 with 2 runs and 3 RBI, the first baseman, really picking up where he left off after a fantastic freshman season.
You know, he does a great job of just staying within himself, knowing thyself. You know, he just doesn't really get cheated at all. You know, if it's a 2-1 pitch and it's a hitter's count and the pitch isn't there for him, he has an uncanny knack of just not going and fishing. So, you know, we're gonna ride him a little bit. You know, he's got to hit, I think, three hole for us again, and you know, hopefully he can drive in some more runs.
Well, lead it off for Concordia, it's Van Aker, but Coach, you got Kyle DeConnick on the bump for you. What are you expecting to see from the young pitcher today, the junior?
Well, he's not going to throw it by you, but I know one darn thing about him is he is going to compete. He relishes in the moment. He loves that moment. And he's got to compete. He's got to compete with all 4 pitches. He's got fastball, changeup, curveball, and he throws a nice little cutter that he gets on right-handers' hands. And, you know, and he fills the zone as he just did with strike 1.
That's a good way to start, Coach. Good luck today, and thanks for joining us.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
So that was Coach Dustin Butcher, who's in his first season here with the squad as a head coach. He's a USF graduate and was an assistant coach under Greg Roberts. So our leadoff batter is Van Aker, the second baseman for Concordia. He was phenomenal yesterday for the Cardinals in their doubleheader. But there he's going to go down looking, the first strikeout of the game for Kyle DeConnick. It's going to bring up Ethan Vosberg, the third baseman. Vosberg was 1 for 4 with a run scored in game number 1 yesterday. In game number 2, he was 0 for 2 with a run scored. So in that game number 2, just a tough first inning for the Cougs, giving up the 6 runs, 5 of them earned. As I said, after that inning, Matt Baker really settled down. He ended up pitching 4.1 innings. Baker struck out 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth, as that ball is going to be drilled down the left field line. 1 out single for Ethan Vosberg. Starting in left field is going to be Nick Zarzicki. So in 3 games, we've had 3 different left fielders start. We also have Brady Harris at shortstop, playing for an injured David Snyder. Once again, the rolled ankle. He's hoping to be back soon. No need to really press it here in this weather. So that first pitch will be checked in for strike 1. That's Blaine Milheim. And boy, was he good in center field. And at the plate yesterday, Blaine was 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 2 RBI in game 1 yesterday. Blaine was 1 for 3 with 1 run and 1 RBI in game 2 yesterday. Vosberg and Van Aker, the leadoff hitter, both are stolen base threats. DeConnick, the lefty, Prince is holding him on at first. So that ball is going to be ripped into left center field. Noah Frymuth chasing after. It's going to be Zarzicki right at the fence, making the grab. Running back to first base will have to be Vosberg. Great play out there by Zarzicki in left field. He was all the way on the warning track. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Grant Steinborn. Steinborn got the start in game number 2 on the bump yesterday for the Cardinals. He went 4 innings, giving up 4 hits, had 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. And they've got him in a pickle. Vosberg being ran back. That was Brady Harris. DeConnick makes the tag, and we get out of the top half of the first inning, only giving up that 1 hit. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Cougs feeling good here on a nippy Saturday afternoon in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Hey, whoever's doing the Game Changer, can they get it live online? Butch can help them. Welcome back, everybody. In the bottom of the first inning, we're going to lead it off with Brady Harris, who just threw it to Kyle DeConnick as they made the tag in that pickle to get Vosberg for the 3rd out. So Brady Harris, shortstop, number 13, Tony Bova, second baseman, and number 23, Tyler Prince, the first baseman. Brady yesterday led off in game number 1, was 0 for 2 with a run scored. In game number 2, he was 1 for 1. So that's Brady Harris. He also had a walk and 2 strikeouts yesterday in game number 2. Had 2 walks and a strikeout in the game number 1. This ball's drilled by Harris. Right at Blaine Milheim for out number 1. Got some good contact at it, just right in front of the center fielder. Did not have to move very much, just had to charge in at the plate. One out will bring up Tony Bova. Bova did not start in game number 1 yesterday. In game number 2, one for 3 at the plate, drills this one into left field. 1 out single for Tony Bova. I'll bring up Tyler Prince. Bova was 0 for 2 in game number 1 yesterday. It's Jimmy McCain on the bump for Concordia. Jimmy a .82 ERA, 11 innings pitched. That's most for Concordia. 6 hits, 2 runs given up. That first pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Prince once again yesterday, 3 for 7. Pretty much the best offensive day at the plate for St. Francis. Bova, definitely a stolen base threat. Entering this series with Concordia, he was 1 of 2 in stolen base attempts. There's one thing we've come to find out about Concordia is they will check you on the base paths. A lot of pickoff attempts yesterday by the Cardinals. And Bova's off. Check swing. And he is in there easily for the stolen base. I believe that was a strike called. So 1-1, your count with 1 out. Bova at second after his second stolen base of the season. Prince with the 1-1. Takes that one inside for strike 2. McCain wears number 22. He's a junior, 6 foot 175, from St. John's, Michigan. He's a righty, throws and bats right. That ball is going to get away from the right fielder. So Tyler Prince with a hit. Right fielder R.J. Bortle went down to get it, just popped out of his glove. It was a great attempt. Cougs pick up their second hit. We got runners at first and third for Harold Wolf. So back-to-back singles here for St. Francis and a stolen base by Bova. Wolf yesterday was 1 for 3 in game number 1 with an RBI and a walk. In game number 2 yesterday, he was 0 for 3 with a run scored, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Wolf batted in the 5 spot in game 1, moved up to the 4 spot. So Wolf with the RBI, scoring Tony Bova. Cougs go up 1-0 on the fielder's choice.
Prince, still static though, okay? Listen, come off, or if you want to start like close. Runners, come here. You know what I'm saying?
It's a Wolf now at first base. Your batter is Noah Frymuth. Frymuth hits it right over to low, and that will do it for the bottom of the first. We head to the top of the second. Cougars up 1-0 over the Concordia Cardinals.
Let's go.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Louis Knipster. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here in the top of the sixth inning. Leading off for Concordia will be Grant Steinborn, DH, RJ Bortle, the right fielder, and Matt Body, the left fielder. Bortle entering today with a .333 batting average. He's 1 for 3 at the plate. Kyle DeConnick. First pitch is a swing and a miss. DeConnick's a junior, 6'2", 195 pounds. That pitch will miss just low for ball one. He's from Auburn, Indiana, went to Perrysburg High School, and is a transfer from Bluffton University. The Bluffton Beavers out of Ohio. 1-2 the count. Ball just low and outside. Good work by the catcher. Today, Matt Ballmer. Ballmer just a clutch player here for the Cougs. This ball ripped just beyond the outstretched attempt by Bova. That'll be the second hit of the game here for Concordia. They got a man at first. Brings up the number 5 hitter, RJ Bortle. Bortle last year only had 6 at-bats and had 0 hits. Swings at the first pitch, backhanded by Gaff. He'll go to second base with it, and that's scooped up by Bova. So a nice play by the second baseman there, securing that out. So Steinborn out at second base on the fielder's choice. Bortle reaches first on the fielder's choice. Bortle still looking for the second hit of his career. Shouldn't say that. I'm not 100% sure what he did his sophomore year. He's a junior, number 35. Made a good attempt at that ball played in right field. Just got away from him. This is Matt Body, the left fielder. Big cut for strike one. Both teams now with 2 hits. Cougars, though, got the big run on the board. In game number 2 yesterday, St. Francis out-hit Concordia, but it was just that first inning that got to the Cougars, giving up 6 runs in the first, 5 of them earned. 3 walks in the inning. This ball's drilled right center field. And cutting it off, Frymuth, as it's a slippery outfield here. Play at the plate, Bova's throw all the way to the backstop. That'll be a RBI triple by Body, scoring R.J. Bortle. See if it's ruled as a double, an extra base. We're tied up at ones. Frymuth had a hard time playing that ball once again. The outfield's frozen in spots and messy in others. Especially yesterday, freezing temperatures after the sun went down made it really hard to play defense in this game. We saw shortstops having a hard time getting the ball out of their mitt. It's the perfect surface. One and one's your count. This is Max Heck, first baseman. Got the start in game number 2 yesterday. Just a freshman is number 12. 6'4", 210 pounds. He was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout in game number 2 yesterday, playing first base. Big swing and a miss. That'll be the second strikeout for Kyle DeConnick. 2 gone for Justin Mercer, the catcher.
Something to drive.
Keep it up, DK, right here, kid. Come on. Wait, come on.
Connick from the stretch there, misses low for ball 1.
Hey, barrel it up. Come on now.
Last year, during his sophomore season, DeConnick with a 4.43 ERA, 65 innings pitched, gave up 80 hits and 32 earned runs, had 46 strikeouts, just 31 walks. That was last year during his sophomore season. 2-0's the count.
Come on, 1-4. It's us. Where's that?
Ball low in the zone, swing and a miss, 2-1's your count. Mercer started game number 1 yesterday for the Cardinals. He was 0 for 3 at the dish. He's a senior catcher at 5'8", 175. Both teams using different catchers for game 1 and 2. Slow roller going to be picked up by DeConnick. He'll flip it right over to Prince for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the second. We are tied at 1 here, St. Francis and Concordia.
Come on, fellas. Let's go. Let's go.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back, everybody, here in the bottom of the second. 1-1 is your score. Folks, you can go to Game Changer and follow the live stats that we're keeping track of here in the dugout. University of St. Francis Cougars varsity is a team you want to look out for. 1 run, 3 hits, 0 errors for Concordia. 1 run, 2 hits, 0 errors for St. Francis. Leading off here for the Cougs will be Tanner Gaff. Gaff was 0 for 1 in game number 1 yesterday in a pinch hitting role. And in game number 2 was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout. 1-0, the count to Gaff. Tanner, just a junior, 6'4", 220. Columbia City, Indiana, went to Whitco High School. That's a fair ball, and 1 up, 1 down here for the Cougs. Brings up Michael McCowan. Michael in game number 1 yesterday, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And pinch hit yesterday was 0 for 1 in game number 2. So he's 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Check that first pitch outside for ball 1. Apologize about the camera there. Not a whole lot I can do right now. We'll have to try to fix that iris situation in between games. Got the camera behind the plate. We run about 150-foot SDI cable. 1-2 now, your count to Michael McCowan with 1 out. The right fielder for St. Francis. He'll take that one upstairs for ball number 2. McCowan enjoyed a really good fall here for St. Francis, hitting the ball. Jimmy McCain delivers and gets him looking. We're out number 2. Brings up Nick Zarzicki. He had a great catch out there in left field, tracking that ball down in left center, making the snag right in front of the fence. That first pitch will be fouled off. Strike 1. McCain with 17 pitches accumulated in this game so far. 1 strikeout, 0 walks. Neither pitcher has a walk so far. Nick will check that one outside. 1-1's your count. Zarzicki down this count now, 1-2.
Come on, Nicky.
McCain's strike percentage is at 71%. Got 2s on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Slow roller. And that'll do it. Playing third base, that's Ethan Vosberg over there. We'll head to the top of the third. We're still tied at 1 here at Cougar Field at the Ash Center.
First time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
So the first pitch to Johnny Shields. He's a freshman, 5'8", 160, is the ball outside. 1-0 is your count. Shields puts down the bunt. DeConnick fields it cleanly over to Prince for out number 1. DeConnick doing a great job there, fielding his position. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Van Aker, who struck out looking in his first AB. Van Aker swings at the first pitch. It gets away from Gaff, but picked up by Harris. And a nice stretch there by Prince, cleaning it up. But Van Aker's going to beat it out for a single. Harris doing a good job backing up Gaff there. Picked it up, but was on the edge of the infield. It was a long throw. Seems like the balls have been rolling a little bit slow on the surface this weekend. We've had a lot of singles that were beat out. First pitch will be a ball. We do not have updated cumulative stats for you. But Van Aker entering the series was 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. That one gets by Vollmer, and he'll take second.
Way to throw a body in front, Bo.
Two balls, 0 strikes. To Vosberg, who singled in his first AB. He's got a man in scoring position here with 1 out. It's Aker at second base. Cougars yesterday wearing the white button-up unis with the SF on the chest. Here going with the blue pullover. It's got the players' names on their back. That one hits the third base coach. Two balls, 2 strikes. Your count now to Ethan Vosberg. He's a senior. 2-hop chop over to Harris. And a great job by Prince making the tag. The throw just pulled him off the bag a little bit. But that will advance Van Aker over to third. 2 outs for Blaine Milheim. The ball dug out. DeConnick once again. Great job fielding it for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the third, still 1-1 here at Cougar Field.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the third inning. It's going to be the catcher, Matt Vollmer, to lead it off for St. Francis. He started game number 1 yesterday for the Cougs. Swings at that first pitch. Drilled into left field. Vollmer with the leadoff single. The third hit of the game for St. Francis.
Find a way. Toss your jackets on.
It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Brady Harris, and pinch running for Vollmer will be Justice Tussing.
Find a way, Tuss.
Concordia currently with 4 hits. St. Francis with 3. That ball was ripped in the left field. Harris popped out to center field in his first AB. Playing some good shortstop here, replacing David Snyder.
Don't be afraid to dive. It is turf. Yeah. Yeah, I thought you got a nice little hook going first. Where is he?
Pitch inside for ball 1.
Offside is right there. We got it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I do. What were we talking about? No. You all right?
Tuss once again gets back. It's Maxwell Hecht at first base. Jimmy McCain on the bump.
Come on, big boy, let's go.
Yesterday, Indiana Wesleyan beat Indiana Tech 5-2. Bethel lost to Olivet Naz 2-0. Tussing is off. Oh, and they're going to punch him out on the stolen base attempt.
Oh, you're good, Tuss. You're good, baby.
1 out, 2-0's the count to Harris.
All right, Tony, get some out of here, kid. Let's go. We're all day, boys. We're fine. All day.
Taylor beat IU South Bend 8-4. MVNU beat Miami Hamilton 7-2. Then Tech beat Wesleyan 2-1. Olivet Naz beat Bethel 7-2 in game 2. Taylor losing to IU South Bend 2-0. And Mount Vernon Naz winning again 4-3. 2-1's your count here. Indiana Tech always competing in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Wolverine Hoosier, and there's only one team from Indiana in that conference, I believe, at Lords out of Ohio. Ball down low, 3-1's your count.
Find your pitcher, kid. Come on. Find your pitch here.
Got a full count now to Brady Harris.
Get your pitch.
A little bit windier today than we experienced yesterday, and it is cold right now. It's supposed to be warming up, though. So Brady Harris on base with the walk. That'll bring up Tony Bova.
Do it again, kid. Come on.
Bova had a single, stole a base, and scored a run in his first at-bat there in the first inning. McCain going to hold on Harris at first.
I saw you coming. Gotta be quicker than that. It's okay. Good take, Bo. Battle boy, TP. Way to be on your toes, Brady. Good guy, Tyler Prince. All right, Bono. Look out for the count.
1-0 your count to Bova. Harris once again back easily.
Back! You knew it was coming, Brady. You knew it.
Fastball's in there for a strike, 1-1. Now your count. St. Francis scheduled to travel to Pikeville, Kentucky tomorrow. Or excuse me, Columbia, Kentucky to take on Lindsey Wilson. And then March 1st and 2nd will travel to Pikeville.
Come on, Bo. Let's go, Bo. Back! You knew it. Told you.
Harris getting tested there at first base. Bova, who's been swinging a good bat, though, to keep Harris on the base pass. Bunt's fouled off. Strike number 2.
Brady, this is a good one here. 1-2.
You ready for the pickoff?
Find your count. Find the count, Brady. Find a way. Find a way.
After today, the next scheduled game here at the Ash Center is March the 19th against Madonna.
Back up. Back! Told you.
A number of doubleheaders scheduled here at the Ash Center.
Hey, just keeping you warm over there. No worries.
Again, that's Max Heck at first base, number 12. Concordia really does. It seems like sometimes they throw as many pickoff attempts as pitches, at least during individual at-bats. Bova,
Hey, somebody on it.
late with the swing there, fouls it off.
Not here.
St. Francis blue uniforms here have the numbers kind of like the Toronto Blue Jays.
Find a way.
Your pitch here. Get your pitch. Come on.
With the stripe in the middle of the number. A throw to Harris, he's in there.
Great job. Making you better.
They gotta make a rule about this. Keep working, Brady.
Yesterday, Concordia was in their grays. Now the white bottom and red top.
I think even as a coach, I'd see you get used to that.
I think he's close. Back! You knew it! Every other pitch, Brady. Good job.
Plenty of attempts here to get Harris at first. Bova reaches out it low and away for out number 2. That'll bring up Tyler Prince, who had a single back in the first. He was then forced out at second base after a fielder's choice by Harold Wolf that scored Tony Bova. Harris is off, and he's going to beat that one.
He's got the ball. Got a boy.
Cougs are now 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. One by Bova, one by Harris, and it was Tussing that got threw out, trying to take second. 0-1's your count with 2 outs.
Good eye, good eye.
First pitch, second pitch misses outside. We're evened up at 1 apiece. 1-4-0 for Concordia, 1-3-0 for St. Francis. Had a lot of errors yesterday in the doubleheader. That check swing will be ball 2.
Get your pitch here, kid. Come on.
In game number 1, there was combined 4 errors. In game number 2, a combined 7 errors. Concordia with 8 errors combined yesterday.
All right, here you go.
We're evened up at 2 apiece. As McCain catches the inside corner. Runner in scoring position. Shot in the gap will score Harris. A lot of speed at second base. Nobody holding him on. So Harris really taking McCain out of his game, even though he was able to strike out Bova in that last AB.
Good.
Pitch to Prince, misses outside.
It's all good, 20.
Once again, that's Mercer behind the dish. Full count now to Tyler Prince, who's swinging the hottest bat for St. Francis right now. Entering the double, or this series here, a 250 batting average, but that's sure to go up now for Tyler Prince. Yesterday, batting 3 for 7, already 1 for 1 in this game. Prince, one of the top freshmen in the Crossroads League a year ago. You're starting to understand why yesterday we had a 6-hour doubleheader. That ball ripped up the gut. Harris going to come home to score. And an RBI single by Tyler Prince puts the Cougars up 2-1. Prince ripped it right up the gut. Tyler Prince continues to pour it on here. Boy, Prince ripped that ball right back at Jimmy McCain. Got all of it. That'll bring to the plate Harold Wolf. Wolf with a fielder's choice RBI there in the first, scoring Bova.
When he goes home and you're at first, he comes over super slow. Other than that, he is predetermined.
Head coach from Concordia, Zach Johnston, in his 5th season. Dustin Butcher in his 1st season at St. Francis.
Hey, be careful. Watch the pick.
IU South Bend taking on Taylor today.
I told you. I'm in their head. You just have to say everything.
Goshen is at Montreat, North Carolina. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of games scheduled for Sunday as well. Ball right at low. And that will do it here. Still, the Cougars get one more on the board and take the lead 2-1 as we head to the top of the 4th.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest.
Welcome back, everyone. Grant Steinborn to lead it off. Once again, how many assists does Kyle DeConnick have in this game?
Hey, give him some more! Give him some more!
He has pretty much been perfect fielding his position. Hey, Brandon. Hit refresh. I just made him like an hour ago. Okay, perfect. Bye. So your batter now is R.J. Bortle. Up in this count, 2-0. R.J., the right fielder, reached base on a fielder's choice and scored a run after an RBI triple by Matt Body. .3-0 is your count to Bortle, who did not play in yesterday's doubleheader. Great work by DeConnick. Only giving up 4 hits. Has 2 strikeouts. That's his first walk of the game. So R.J. Bortle will take first base. That brings up Matt Body, left fielder.
Come on, DK, roll one. Never know, be away.
(0-1) is your count. Body, who had that RBI triple. That was a play of the day so far. DeConnick checks Bortle back at first. Bortle last year was 0 stolen bases. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts a year ago. Out in left field, that's Zarzicki. Once again, the camera just not adjusting to the sun peeking in and out. Pitch misses upstairs, so 2-1 is your count. Two, the count now after the foul ball. It's Max Heck, the first baseman, on deck. Another assist there for DeConnick. That will advance Bortle to second for Heck. Max, who struck out in his first at-bat. .209 the count to Heck. DeConnick's faced 15 batters. I believe he's got 5 assists now in this game. He's had 5 ground outs in this game, that's for sure. 1 fly out. Ooh.
Wait, what?
Okay, so they're going to call Bova for some kind of obstruction. So heading to third base now. They already gave Bortle third base.
That guy just read the rule book last Hey, you're good, Bo.
So 2-0 with 2 outs. Big swing and a miss by Heck. Max Hecht, who was 1 for 2 in yesterday's game number 2 with 2 runs scored, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Concordia, 2 good-looking freshmen. Hecht is one of them. The other one is Jordan Sherman. Sherman played in both games. So 2-2 with 2 outs.
Come on, 1-4 right here. Good stop, good stop. Come on up, babe.
Matt Balmer keeping Bortle there at third base. That nice dig. DeConnick, full count. That ball, slow roller to Gaff. He'll fumble it, so that's going to tie this game up at 2 on the E5. Brings up Justin Mercer, who grounded out to the pitcher DeConnick in his first AB. DeConnick does have 5 assists in this game. Two assists for Brady Harris. And 1 assist for Tanner Gaff. First pitch grooved in there. The fastball for strike 1. Ball's fouled away. 0-2's your count. Wind blowing in on these hitters. That ball right at Gaff for out number 3. Concordia gets 1 run back as they tied up at 2.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Come on, Noah, get us going, baby. Little knock.
Oh, the sun getting really bad. Jeez. Folks, I'll be right back. You can just hold that. The biggest thing is I just need to see the screen here.
Come on, Noah, right here, get!
Yeah, just like that.
Get the second. You never know. Let's go, Gav. Up the straws, baby. Gav. Now you see? Come on, boys, stab. Let's go. Come on, Gav. Come on. Yep. Get there. Get there. There you go. Come back. Another bad break. Short and sweet, kid.
My phone stopped doing whatever you had it doing.
Trouble.
So McCowan flies out to center field there. Apologize, folks. Just had to get that fixed, but it looks a lot better now. Heck of a lot better. We'll be right back with the top of the fifth inning.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God.
We are back. Johnny Shields to lead it off here for Concordia. Take that first pitch upstairs for a ball. Johnny grounded out to Kyle DeConnick in his first AB. This count's tied at 1. Ball low for ball 2. Kyle DeConnick pitched a pretty darn good game today. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of those earned, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Really giving his team an opportunity. Two and 2 now your count. 3-2, excuse me. Shields, who's playing shortstop today. Excuse me, it's not Lowe at short. Lowe played both games yesterday at short. Johnny Shields, though, the freshman, getting his opportunity here. Chris Lowe yesterday 1 for 3 in game number 1 and 1 for 2 with an RBI in game number 2. That one's popped up and out of play for Matt Vollmer. Chris Lowe, just a junior. So this is back up here, the freshman. And a 1-hopper over to Gaff to Prince for out number 1. Matt Vollmer racing down the first base line, backing up Prince. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Van Aker. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Van 1 for 2. He had a single back in the 3rd inning. This ball ripped. Harris fields it cleanly. And gets him for out number 2. Brady Harris doing a really good job fielding his position at short. He's your everyday starter at second base, but having to fill in there at short for Snyder. Brings up the 3rd baseman, Ethan Vosberg. 1-0's the count. Vosberg had a single in the 1st, grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd. 2-0 is your count. To Vosberg. Takes that one for strike number 1. These 2 batters at the top of the order, pretty special for Concordia. 2 and 2 now. Cougars starting to put it together a little bit on the bump. That one will be fouled off.
Stop. All right, right here, win it. Come on now.
So it's now full count. St. Francis looking like the ace. Still going to be Dane Hoffman for the Cougs. He's got a lot of movement on his pitches. Bova over to Prince for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th, tied at deuces.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at his cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the fifth. For St. Francis, we have Nick Zarzicki, Matt Vollmer, in the top of the order, Brady Harris. Vollmer had a single back in the third inning, ripped it into left field. And Justice Tussing came in to pinch run, ended up getting thrown out at second base. First pitch is a swing and a miss for Zarzicki. Last year, a .056 batting average, 1 hit and 4 runs scored and 18 at-bats. Did have a home run and 2 RBI. 5 walks, 11 strikeouts a year ago for Zarzicki. 0-2 is the count. Ball hit right at the second baseman for out number 1. And the second baseman, Van Aker. Brings up the catcher, Matt Vollmer. 1 for 1 in this game. Check swing goes around. 0-1's your count. Van Aker not listed on the. Oh, look at that ball. Thrown over Heck's head. That was a tough one to handle there for the third baseman, Ethan Vosberg. Picked it clean out of the air.
Good job, I guess.
One hop. So Vosberg picked it up cleanly there. Just overthrows Heck. And you got Justice Tussing now at second base. Brady Harris now your batter. Just 1 out. That first pitch be called a ball. See what the official score is on that last play. So they will call an E5 on that last one, as Johnny takes care of that for out number 2. That will advance Tussing to third. 2 outs brings up Tony Bova. Bova's been swinging a hot bat. Did strike out in his last AB, though. Had a single and a run scored back in the first. It's against Johnny Shields at shortstop.
Let's go.
Fouled off. Ethan Vosberg last year had a .354 batting average. I don't see Van Aker anywhere on here. I don't know if he transferred into the program or what. 0-2 now to Bova with a man at third base. That's the go-ahead run there for St. Francis. 2-4-2 and 2-4-1 between the two squads. Concordia picking up their second error in this inning. That misses outside. 1-2 your count. Van Aker is a junior. Bova into center field. Can of corn there for Blaine Milheim for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 6th, still tied at 2.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Yeah. Well, leading it off here for Concordia will be Blaine Milheim, center fielder who just had that put out. He's 0 for 2 in this game. First pitch is fouled off. Piece gone. Oh, 1 your count to Milheim. We'll check that one low and outside. Last year, Blaine, with a .366 batting average, had 3 home runs and 35 RBI, only 13 strikeouts, 29 walks. He was 18 of 21 in stolen base attempts, which led the Cardinals a year ago. 2-1 your count to the center fielder for the Cardinals. Pitch misses low for ball 3. DeConnick giving up a run in the second, run in the fourth. Works this to full count. Kyle last year, 46 strikeouts, just 31 base on balls, and the opposing batters are batting .300 against him. Nice. Ballmer holds on to it for another strikeout for Kyle DeConnick. That'll bring up Grant Steinborn. DeConnick now with 3 strikeouts in this game. That check swing will be ball 1. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Steinborn got the start in game number 2 on the bump for Concordia. Only giving up 4 hits and 4 innings pitched. Did not bat for himself, but did play DH in that game number 1. Gets him looking for out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Kyle DeConnick. 4 now in this game. 2 outs. That brings up R.J. Bortle. 0 for 0 in this game with a walk and reached on a fielder's choice. Now he's 1 for 1 as that one's going to get away from Zarzicki and gets it into the infield. That'll bring to the plate Matt Body. Fifth hit of the game for Concordia. Body had a RBI triple back in the second. Grounded out to Kyle DeConnick. That was back in the 4th. Big cut on the off-speed pitch. 0-1's your count. Prince holding Bortle at first. That one's out of play. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 upstairs for ball 1. Left fielder Body had to wear number 72 in game number 2. Because in game number 1, he made a diving attempt at a ball in the outfield and got just a little bit wet. This outfield froze overnight, now thawing once again. We've seen some big chunks of sod get ripped up. 1-2 your count to Body. Artificial infield, all natural outfield. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Vollmer. He's going to come up throwing and nails him. R.J. Bortle gunned down at second base by Matt Vollmer. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 2.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Make sure your legs are loose. You need to make sure you're
Dick, what I'm telling you. Hey, David. Hey, Dick.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tyler Prince at the plate.
Right here, TP.
1-0 is the count. Prince. We're evened up at 1.
Right here. We're 1-2 plays away.
Once again, RJ Bortle caught stealing there, so it's going to be Body to lead it off for Concordia. Top of the 7th. Tyler Prince currently 2 for 2 in this game with an RBI under his belt. 2-1 is your count. Pitch on the inside corner does take for strike number 2.
It's comfortable out now.
Yeah, it does feel warmer out there for sure.
Starting to warm up just a little bit here at the Ash Center. World Baseball Academy home of the St. Francis Cougars. We may not have a press box, but we do have an artificial infield, which allows us to play in February. Yesterday's game was the earliest baseball game, collegiate baseball game ever played in the city of Fort Wayne. That was on February the 22nd. As Prince gonna rip that one right at the third baseman, Vosberg, route number 1. 1 up, 1 down. They'll bring up Harold Wolf on the line out. Tyler Prince is seeing the ball well at the plate, to say the least. Wolf swings at the first one, fouls it away. 0 for 1, your count. That ball, nice diving stop by Heck, the first baseman. Jimmy McCain tried to flip it back to him. Heck kind of just ducked. Still a heck of a play there by the first baseman, just a freshman. I'll bring up Noah Frymuth. Noah 0 for 2 in this game. Was 0 for 4 yesterday in game 1. And 1 for 4 in game 2. So looking to start swinging a hot bat is Noah Frymuth. 1-0 is your count. Been playing a good center field for the Cougs. Big swing at it for strike number 1. Noah last year in left center field drove one into the trees. Got a lot of power at the dish. That's going to be easy one for number 22, Jimmy McCain, for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 7th, tied at 2s.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here in the top of the 7th. We are knotted at 2s. And Dane Hoffman on the bump for St. Francis. Dane, the ace for the program, has been for a while now. 4.55 ERA a year ago. In 85 innings pitched, he gave up 93 hits, 43 earned runs, 28 walks, 61 strikeouts, which led St. Francis last year. Kyle DeConnick's 46 was second best on the team. Hoffman, once again, though, a lot of movement on his pitches. Tough for opposing batters. That sidearm delivery. And here leading it off is going to be Matt Body. Body was at the plate last inning when R.J. Bortle got gunned down at second base. Trying to steal on a wild pitch. Matt Ballmer blocked it. Got Bortle trying to take second.
No disrespect to you.
Body will take that one for strike one. 1-1 count. It's fouled away. 1-2 now the count.
I'm not getting those back. Let's go. Somebody go get it.
Body 1 for 2 with an RBI. That one was a big one, big triple. Pitch outside, picked up by Ballmer. 2-2 now your count. Great game there by DeConnick.
Big pitch.
On the bump.
Big pitch from Dane Hoffman.
DeConnick 6 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits. 2 runs, 1 of those earned, 4 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Strike percentage at 64%. Count remains at 2-2 for Hoffman. That one fouled off the backstop. Number 9, Matt Body, just a junior, switch hitter, and throws righty. Yeah, gets him looking for out number 1, Dane Hoffman. 1 out. And your batter is Max Heck, first baseman. Maxwell is 0 for 2 in this game. Did reach on an E5. 1-0 is your count. One ball, 1 strike. One, 2 now to Max Heck. Just for all the folks out there, we do tweet out the highlights, mostly for St. Francis, on the SF Cougars Twitter handle and on the Facebook fan page, USF Baseball. It's where you can find the highlights. We've got a full count here. So Dane Hoffman striking out the first batter he faces was tweeted out. That's a highlight. All the runs scored, all that good stuff. Heck, 3-2, fouls it away.
Here you go, Dan.
Max, who did not start in game number 1 yesterday, did start in game number 2. I don't remember who started at first base. I'll find out for you. It was Grant Steinborn playing first base yesterday. Yeah! Gets him looking. Second strikeout for Dane Hoffman in his second batter faced. Beautiful work on the bump by number 7, the senior from Bluffton, Indiana, Bluffton High School. That is going to bring up Justin Mercer, the catcher, who's 0 for 2 in this game. For number 18, Mercer. Nice pitch right on the outside corner for strike 1. One is your count. Make it 2-1 now for the pitch upstairs. Mercer, once again, in game number 1 yesterday, was 0 for 3. 0 for 2 now here in game number 1 for our second doubleheader. Been struggling just a little bit at the plate for the catcher. Big swing and a miss. We'll see if Dane Hoffman can't strike out the side here for the Cougs. Off-speed pitch. Mercer fouls it off. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th, Cougs trying to take a victory away from these Concordia Cardinals out of Ann Arbor. That one punched right at Bova. 3 up, 3 down for Dane Hoffman there in the top of the 7th. We'll head to the bottom. Cougs trying to take this victory, tied at 2.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Tanner Gaff to lead it off for St. Francis. That first pitch will miss low and outside for ball one. Gaff currently 0 for 2 in this game.
Come on, Tanner! Trouble!
That ball right at the fence. Body couldn't come up with a catch.
Let's go, baby!
And I'm not sure if that hit off of him. But basically, left field fence there. He's right up against it. The ball deflected off of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come on, yeah! Come on, baby! Come on, baby! Come on, Tina! Oh! Yeah, baby! You can't hit those!
2-2, now your count. This is Jimmy McCain looking to go the distance here. On the bump, McCain's had a good game, obviously, as well. Just 78 pitches under his belt, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of those earned. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk for McCain. Full count now to the leadoff batter, Tanner Gaff. So the leadoff batter is on. That's going to bring up Michael McCowan. Pinch runner for Gaff is going to be number 21, Caden Sullivan. Caden is a perfect 2 for 2 in steal attempts this year. Michael is 0 for 2 at the dish. He is 0 for 5 now in this series against Concordia. Looking for his first hit. Sullivan quickly gets back to first. He definitely knows that a throw can be coming over there at any moment. 0-1's your count to Michael. Ooh, that was a close one there for Sullivan as he just sneaks in.
Come on, man. Come on, dog out. Come on, Caden.
Tie remains at 0-1.
Hey, hold now. Up now! Up now! Come on, man.
Another one. That one not nearly as close, but if you check out the one right before, that was a bang-bang play. We know Jimmy McCain is not shy to come over to first base with it. on the pickoff attempts. Michael flashes the bunt and pulls it back. 1-1 now your count. Another throw back to first, but Cade's there easily. Caden getting a lot of help from his teammates here. Let them know when those pickoff attempts are coming. Michael fouls that bunt away. Now 1-2.
Hey, gotta do your job now. Let's go.
We'll see if he's going to try it again to get that runner over to second. Did have 2 strikeouts yesterday and 1 today. So 3 strikeouts in the 5 attempts at the plate.
Home now, home now, home now. Home now, home now, home now, home now. Home now, home now.
Coach Butcher settling down Michael. Big situation here for the Cougs. 0 outs, tied at 2. Bottom of the 7th.
Let's go! Come on, Mick.
It's Jimmy McCain from the stretch. Quick throw. Sullivan back easily. Michael with the check swing, right back at the pitcher, and that will work. As that will advance Sullivan to second base. Nick Zarzicki now coming to the plate. Actually, it looks like we got a pinch hitter. Number 12, Jacob Nagy. Nagy, who started game number 2 yesterday behind the plate. He was 1 for 3 with a walk yesterday. Swings at that first pitch, fouled off. 0-1 your count with Sullivan at second base.
Need a bomb, Butch? Bomb for me?
Jimmy McCain.
What'd you say, Butch?
Pitch upstairs, 1-1 your count.
Back! Come on, Nagy! Come on, 1-2!
Up next for Concordia, they'll be taking on Bluefield out of Virginia. That's in Virginia. Have a bunch of games against Bluefield. That one gets into the center field. Sullivan's going to take third. Go ahead run at third base for the Cougs.
Let's go!
They've been paying so much attention to the runners on the base paths. It was just a matter of time. 1-1 with 1 out. Coach Zach Johnson's going to have to call a timeout here to help settle his team down.
Don't need to do too much. Hey, let's go! Safe spot!
Obey that one.
So it's Sullivan at third, a 1-1 count, 1 out. Nagy, the pinch hitter. Good eye as that pitch was inside. 2-1 now the count.
Come on, Nagy.
Nagy gonna rip it right at Johnny Shields, who comes home, and they get Sullivan. Not what the Cougs were looking for. 2 outs as Nagy's at first base on the fielder's choice, and the Concordia dugout is elated.
Yeah, vote. Hey, Czar, you're back in. Czar, re-enter.
So Zarzicki going to come into the game to run for Nagy.
Thanks, Mike. Good job, Mike.
2 outs, and your batter will be Matt Ballmer. Excuse me, it's Justice Tussing, the pinch hitter.
Sorry, likes to pick off.
That first pitch will be a swing and a miss. 0-1's your count.
Find a way, Nicky. Stay dynamic. Find a way.
Jimmy. That pitch is going to miss low. It's now 1-1's your count.
Hey, we're not done yet. Let's go. Let's get loud again. Come on. Come on, Nagy.
Zarzicki easily gets back to first. Nagy with the ground ball to the shortstop. Short comes home with it to get Caden Sullivan, which would have been the game winner for the second out. So now it's Zarzicki at first with 2 outs. Tussing with the swing and a miss, 1-2 your count.
Come on, Dustin, here we go.
The 1-2 to Tussing with 2 outs. Zarzicki's off and running. Chopper's going to have to be charged by Johnny Shields, and he gets it for out number 3. We're heading into extra innings here in the top of the 8th.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
So we're going to take one more break here as another ankle injury as Zarzicki comes off the field. We'll be right back.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Hey, how about it, Danny boy?
So leading it off here for the Cardinals. Here in extra innings, it's going to be Johnny Shields, the shortstop.
Well, because this is a 7-inning game, technically we are in extra innings.
So here it is, the top of the 8th. Shields swings at the first one. That's to be out of play on top of the dugout here. Still Matt Vollmer in there at catcher. Here's the 0-1. It's Dane Hoffman. 2 strikeouts and 3 batters faced there in the 7th. Bunt attempt's going to be fouled off, hit the umpire. Pop fly, going to be taken by Gaff. Out number 1. That'll bring the plate Van Akers, second baseman. Tried to find some information on him. Not sure if he was redshirted last year at Concordia, but once again, not listed on the stats. Yeah, he must have transferred in. Not sure what school he transferred in from, but was not on the roster last year. Good second baseman. Nice pickup for a leadoff hitter. 2-0's your count. See if he was at a JC last year. Alma. Went from Alma College to Concordia. 2-1 the count to Van Aker. 5'10", 190 out of Eaton Rapids, Michigan. Started as a sophomore at shortstop. Played his freshman year at second base. 284 average, 5 home runs. Sophomore year, Van Aker at Alma. So Aker is going to draw the walk. Brings up Ethan Bosberg, third baseman. Vosburg, 1 for 3 in this game, and a single back in the first. Takes that first pitch for a strike from Hoffman. One attempt's fouled off, so 0-2 now to Vosburg.
Where's Z-Bar? Have Z-Bar just get ready. Just have Z-Bar just get ready.
I felt something heavy, didn't know what it was.
Hoffman, as the runner, is almost off. That ball hit into left field. That was off the foot of Harris. So runners at first and second now with 1 out. Call that a single by Vosburg. He's now 2 for 4 in this game. That brings up Blaine Milheim. 0 for 3.
Ben David.
Hoffman's first pitch just misses for ball 1.
Brady. You play, yes, yes, Bo. Dane, you and Bo.
Temperature slowly, very slowly starting to rise. We're over 2 hours into this game. What a long series versus Concordia. 6 hours yesterday for the doubleheader. This could be about the same. One, two now to count with 1 out.
One's a must.
Hoffman, the senior righty. Been an ace for the program ever since about his sophomore year. Somebody you can really rely on. Makes it hard on opposing hitters. Now we're tied up at 2. Great run there by Kyle DeConnick, that's for sure. That ball popped up. Chased after by Prince. He woke. Sorry, that was out of my field of view, but apparently that ball got dropped. Do know the Concordia dugout's pretty happy along with Milheim. Cougars wearing their blue caps today. Got the USF on the front.
Come on, Dave. Here we go, baby. What do you say now, 7? Come on now.
Switching it up a little bit here. And
let's go, Dave.
Coach Butcher's first season with the team. Now it's the 2-2 to the center fielder. That full count.
Best pitch right here at 7. Come on now. Let's go, Dave. Rip it and rip it, baby.
Hoffman looking to put him away, plunks him. It's one thing with Dane. He's got so much movement on his pitches that he is apt to hit a batter or two.
That's fine. That's fine. We're fine.
Last year, 24
All right, Dan, here we go, baby.
hit by pitches thrown by Hoffman. No
Want
other
the ball,
Coug was
baby.
in
Want the ball.
double
Let's go. Make
digits.
plays. Let's go.
Once again, it just has to do with that delivery and the movement that he possesses. Still a full count here. Oh, excuse me, new batter. It's Grant Steinborn. It'll be an 0-1 count. Steinborn, 1 for 3 at the plate in this game. Bases loaded, just 1 out for Grant. Ballmer set up way outside there, 1-1. Steinborn last year had 2 RBIs on the season.
Here we go, Dane!
That's going to hit him as well, so a run's going to come home to score. Base is still loaded. It's Van Aker that comes home to score for the Cardinals. It's Coach Butcher going to bring in a new pitcher. We'll be right back with more Cougar baseball action here. Extra innings.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but it doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the 3rd rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Here in the top of the 8th, 3-6-3 for Concordia, 2-4-2 for St. Francis.
Come on, Toos! Come on, Toos! Hey, who's wearing his bangle?
Your batter, it's R.J. Bortle, right fielder. Bortle 1 for 1 in this game. 1-0's the count. Kyle Zabarski, the new pitcher. He did pitch in game number 2 yesterday, 1.2 innings, did not give up a hit and had a strikeout.
Come on, King!
2-0's the count. Concordia dugout is alive. Pitch catches the outside corner. 2-1 now the count. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes to RJ Bortle. Pitch just misses upstairs, so 3-2 count.
Right now, best pitch right here, 2-2. Going better right here, Z. They need it.
With bases loaded, 1 out. Cougs need a double play ball. That ball is drilled into left center field. Frymuth right at the track. Gets it, but that's going to score 1. So sacrifice RBI for RJ Bortle. For the second out. That'll advance Milheim to third and score Vosburg. Beautifully done there by RJ Bortle with the sac fly to deep left center. That brings up Matt Body, number 9. Thought it was supposed to warm up, but man, it feels like it's getting colder. Temperature currently at 42 degrees, not too shabby. Body with guys at first and third. Takes that first pitch for a ball outside. 1-0's count. Cougs one more opportunity here in the bottom of the frame. They'll have to do it with the top of the order, starting with Brady Harris.
Good. Wait, keep him honest. Good. Come on, Zeke! Come on, Zeke! Go, Zeke, score!
2-0 the count now. To Matt Body. Number 22, Kyle Zabarski on the bump. Kyle is a senior from Willoughby, Ohio.
Yeah!
It's 3-0 count now to Body. Beautiful pitch there by Zabarski. Full count. Here with 2 outs. Cougs only down in this one, 4-2. Runs by Van Aker and Ethan Vosburg here in the inning. Back to bases loaded after the walk to Matt Body. That'll bring up Max Heck. Swinging a hot bat here for Concordia.
You guys about to go warm Miller.
Well, he was yesterday. Heck's actually 0 for 3 in this game with 2 strikeouts.
Come on, Zeke. Hey, grip it and rip it, Choose. Come on. Hey, stay within yourself. Take a deep breath. Let's go.
1-0 the count to Heck with ducks on the pond.
There you go.
Ball fouled away. We'll
live there, baby. Let's
even
go.
the count up at 1 apiece.
Come on, two, stay in it, baby, stay in it.
Jay. All right, let's say hi.
A lot of noise over there by Milheim at third base.
All right, team.
1-2 now the count.
Way to get ahead, baby. Way to get ahead. Get ahead, stay ahead. Let's go.
Yeah! Swing and a miss.
Let's go. We got a hit. Let's go.
We head to the bottom of the 8th. Cougs down 4-2.
Hey.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
I'm gonna throw it outside.
Let's go! You wouldn't have been on that. You have your person to ride. Hey, let's go.
So leading it off is going to be Brady Harris, Tony Bova, and Tyler Prince for the Cougs. St. Francis needs 3 runs here.
Nobody better,
They want to get a W. Had a guy at third.
Let's go, Brady.
In the bottom of the 7th.
Hey,
One out.
Everybody loud. Let's go.
Not get the victory.
Let's go. God.
That first pitch is in there for a strike to Brady Harris. Second one on the outside corner. We do have a new pitcher for Concordia, and it's number 8, Kane Borbina, the junior, 5'9", 185. Harris going to rip that one right at Shields. Good scoop by Heck with the backhand for out number 1.
We'll go with one. We'll go with one. Let's go, Bo.
Going to bring up Tony Bova.
Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Here we go, Bo.
First pitch fouled away for strike 1 to Bova. Tony had a single, a stolen base, and a run scored back in the first inning. 1 for 3 in this game. A strikeout and a fly out to center field.
I got you.
1-1 now your count. To Bova.
Let's go, Bo. You can have it. Go with 2, Princey.
So 2 up, 2 down here for Tyler Prince. Prince 2 for 3 in this game. His last at bat back in the 6th inning was a line shot to the third baseman.
Go, Prince.
He'll check that first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Prince now down in this count 0-2.
Here we go, TP. Come on, baby.
Borbina does not have any pitching stats from a season ago, so that'll be fouled away.
Hey, keep fighting, TP. Anyway on, baby. Come on, Ty. Let's go, Prince.
He is listed as a junior.
I know, we're good. Come on. We only need 3, though. 2 would be awesome. Need 2. 3 would be awesome.
So he's another transfer in.
2, 3 dots. Here we go.
It's Borbina.
Good!
1-2 now the count to Prince.
Come on, Tyler. That's good call.
So Prince with the swing and a miss. That'll be a win for Concordia. 4-2.